Good morning, students. It's your old pal Hanky here again, and just want to give you a little update about the important work we are taking on here at Aiken High School today on day 6 of no students here. Um, we are answering a question that has plagued mankind for quite some time, and I'd like to send special thanks out to Sean Smith and Mr. Chance Googe um, for putting this together, along with Ms. Kenna Grader. Um, but this is a Sweet 16 bracket for sandwiches. I'll put that up there so you can see my picks, and I'll go through and explain my bracketology for you. Um, if you take a look at the number one seed is a classic sandwich, a ham and Swiss going against tuna salad. No real choice there. We went ham and Swiss. Um, Number two seed, pastrami on rye, and salted meats are a favorite of mine. However, this is a terrible pairing in the first round because it goes against egg salad, which is the 15 seed. I think that's a travesty. And I don't know what these guys are thinking next door, but egg salad deserves a much higher seed than that. Mr. Miller would disagree with me, but we all know he has terrible taste. So I give pastrami on rye the nod there. Um, Looking at the four seed, we have a club sandwich going against a fish sandwich. Again, this is a tough one. I went with the club sandwich. The fish sandwich, if it was specified that it was walleye, I would probably have picked that. But the fact that you could get stuck with pollock or cod or something like that, I don't, not interested. I guess I skipped over the three seed. The three seed's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Going against a banh mi, which is a Vietnamese sandwich that has all kinds of weird vegetables in it, and I like some vegetables on my sandwich, but not like this. So PB and J gets the nod there. Um, Looking on the number five seed. This was a really tough one. The number five seed was a Reuben. I love a good Reuben. My son loves a good Reuben. Going against a shrimp po' boy, and shrimp po' boy at a 12 seed. This is one of my favorite things. A good shrimp sandwich is fantastic. So I went with the upset there. The 12 seed beating the 5 seed. Shrimp po' boy is my choice there. Um, Moving on to the number 6 seed is a Cuban against the lobster roll. Cuban all the way. I mean, lobster roll, seriously. Come on, guys. The number 7 seed is a Philly against a Monte Cristo. Now, this is another tough one. I went with the Philly because I just like how that all comes together with the peppers and all that stuff. So, Philly going on there. And finally, the number 8 seed is a French dip against the muffaletta. I had to look up the muffaletta. It's some sort of Italian type thing with capers, and capers are just really bad olives. So we went with the French dip. All right, so moving on to the second round, I had the ham and Swiss. The number one seed moves on. Again, in another upset, the shrimp po' boy took out the number 4 seed club sandwich because I do love a good shrimp sandwich. So in the semifinals, we have the ham and Swiss against the shrimp po' boy. On the other side of the bracket, the pastrami on rye gets a slight nod over the Philly sandwich, so the pastrami on rye is there. And on the other side, PB and J falls to the Cuban sandwich. Clearly, PB and J, while a staple, not something you want on your list of best sandwiches. I mean, come on, are we like 6? So in the semifinals, we have ham and Swiss against the shrimp po' boy. I do love a good ham and Swiss sandwich, but again, if you've had a good shrimp sandwich, you know that they're fantastic. So I got the shrimp po' boy, Cinderella story advancing to the finals all the way from the number 12 seed. On the other side of the bracket, we have a pastrami on rye against the Cuban. Um, I went with the pastrami on rye. I do love my salted meats, but pastrami on rye gets the nod. And so in the final, we have the shrimp po' boy against the pastrami on rye. And boy, this is a tough call, But in my bracket, the pastrami on rye does get the nod. The Cinderella story falls short. Shrimp po' boy can't quite seal the deal. Pastrami on rye gets the win. Hope you all are doing well and hope you're finding ways to occupy your time. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you soon.